What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Telegram. That's t.me/KingofFomo1, as well as my chat, which is going to be linked in the description below. So as the title of the video states, is Wisetoken already beating HEX on day 3 right here? And in some senses, in some essences, the answer to that question is yes. So one of the main points that people usually bring up when they talk about HEX is the fact that the Ethereum is not being recycled by Richard Hart. There's new Ethereum coming into it all of the time. And I think the main problem that I personally have with HEX, and I've mentioned this many times, is that it's very centralized and you do have to trust the main figureheads to not do anything shady with the Ethereum in the long run. Wisetoken fixes that by making it way more decentralized than what HEX is. But what I want to make a comparison to right now is the liquidity that's going to be going into the Wisetoken. So as you can see right here, Wisetoken currently has 8,097 Ethereum in it right now. So 8,097 Ethereum equates to, if we just check over here, approximately $3,706,000 in the Wisetoken platform. Now, why is that number a big deal? Why am I comparing that number to HEX? Well, if we go over to HEX and we take a look at HEX on Uniswap, you'll notice that the total liquidity on Uniswap for HEX is about $6,470,000 or $70,000. So about $6 million overall. And if we take a closer look on DEX tools, it says that the amount of pooled Ethereum on HEX in Uniswap is only 7,075 Ethereum. So just with that alone, we already are at a point right now with Wisetoken, if this were to launch tomorrow, that the amount of Ethereum that's going to be put onto Uniswap for Wisetoken will exceed that of the HEX token. So it's already beating it in that sense. And shout outs to this guy right here. I think DeFi Man is his name. He left a comment and I looked into this a little bit more. So he said Wise might have as much liquidity as HEX with 1/100th the market cap. So if this isn't evidence enough for you guys to understand that there is recycling going on in the HEX ecosystem, I don't know what is or what will convince you. One thing that people might say is, well, HEX has a lot of tokens on other exchanges. Well, if I go over to here in CoinGecko and I take a look, this is HEX right here. And it shows the markets, all the exchanges that HEX is currently on. But you'll notice that the #1 exchange for HEX is none other than Uniswap. So if the majority of the Ethereum is indeed on Uniswap, the majority of the liquidity is indeed on Uniswap, then we can already say that currently Wisetoken is definitely in the realm of beating HEX token in terms of liquidity. And this is exactly the reason why I like Wise more than HEX. There's just a lot more transparency about what's going on behind the scenes. And we can really see this, just the comparison of how this thing is going to launch and see kind of the full vision of what HEX was trying to do and HEX is still trying to do. I think it's going to be way more easily realized with the Wisetoken. The fact that it is way more decentralized than what HEX is. There's nothing wrong with HEX, nothing bad to say about HEX, but I mean, it's kind of like, Bitcoin came out a long time ago and Ethereum, and there's so many other coins that have come out that have improved upon Bitcoin's code significantly. And I think the same case is true with HEX. I think Wisetoken has improved upon HEX's code significantly, and that's why you're starting to see people's interest in this. So I don't want to make this too long-winded. I just wanted to give you guys that heads up. I'm still planning on buying into here now. Interestingly enough, I was kind of expecting the first 3 days to be a decreasing kind of hill in terms of the amount of Ethereum in it. But let's actually take a look and see for the past couple of days. We'll look at the contribution chart right here, how much ETH has been put into Wise. So on the first day, there was 645, which was the highest day. The second day, it dipped down to about 500. And the third day, surprisingly to me, did not dip any further. It actually went up to 552. So it makes me wonder, maybe day 2 might have been the best day to purchase, potentially. Now, of course, there's still a long road ahead of us, but if the momentum keeps up and we continue to see 500 Ethereum per day, which I think is very realistic and very possible, considering the fact that, I mentioned this the other day, considering the fact that it's not going to take 500 Ethereum every single day until December 31st. It's only going to take about 200 Ethereum every single day until December 31st. And even less than that as people are clicking that all days button. The Ethereum overall is going to increase, and it's going to be an easier goal to reach 500 Ethereum in each day. So, like I said, I don't know what the best strategy is personally for purchasing in on Wisetoken. One thing that I can kind of note on right here real quick, if I go to the website and I go to reservations, I just want to let you guys know what my personal strategy is. Now, of course, you guys have to come up with your own thing. If you like my strategy, go ahead and do it. But if you like, it's probably more beneficial for you to do your own thing, to be honest, because you want to get in on the days that other people are not getting in. And if you're getting in on the day that I'm getting in, you're going to get less wise from doing that. But nonetheless, like I said, you guys make your own decisions up. But the first 3 days are closed, and what I'm looking at more closely is day 4, day 5, day 6, and more particularly, I'm looking very closely at the 16th, 17th, and 18th. This is right before HEX token's big payday. And I think that because of Wise's current success over the past 3 days, you are definitely going to have some people in the HEX community look at Wisetoken and say, this thing might have a shot. And they might give it, you might see a lot more Ethereum pouring into here as these people from HEX are giving Wisetoken a shot. And of course, like I said, it really is going to be interesting to see what happens with HEX after the big payday or around that time as the price kind of dumps or pumps after that. Will people have renewed faith in HEX and jump into Wisetoken as kind of a second chance? Or will people just say, HEX is done for, let me find the next best thing and jump into Wise for that? Like I said, I really don't see that much of a downside for Wisetoken. If you guys see a downside, let me know what it is. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what this thing can do. Now, the last thing that I can mention is a lot of people have been asking me, well, why would I buy during the first 50 days? Why don't I just buy after it's listed on Uniswap? And you are perfectly free and able to do that. You can buy when it's listed on Uniswap. There's going to be no penalties for doing that. You might get a better rate from buying on Uniswap. Who knows? The price might dump down extremely low after it's listed on Uniswap. The price might shoot up extremely high after it's listed on Uniswap. Just like with any other pre-sale, I mean, it's the same exact thing. You can buy a token for pre-sale and the price of the token might dump down after it's listed on an exchange. You can buy a token in pre-sale and the price might pump up after it's listed on an exchange. But that's something that I can't predict, and I can't tell you this is why you should buy this time. This is why you should buy this time. You got to make that decision up on your own. But it's kind of, you should treat it sort of like a pre-sale and with a mixture of gambling, because you can get way better rates depending on some of the days that you're purchasing on and depending on some of your luck, how many Ethereum is in it and all together and things like that. So definitely on the lookout for this. I know you guys, I'm going to be pumping out probably a lot more Wisetoken videos because crypto, to be honest, is a little bit slow this week. There's really not too much to get hyped or excited about in the crypto space. I know Bitcoin is reaching close to 16K. I think it might cool off for a little bit if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't think we're going to go down below 10K again, but before we hit 20K, I think that we might have some consolidation. But this isn't a Bitcoin video. Like I said, that's kind of a little bit more boring for me to talk about because Bitcoin, you can't really make giant profits like with some of these DeFi coins, these Uniswap coins, and coins like Wisetoken, where you can have multiple X's in a short period of time. That's not going to happen with Bitcoin or Ethereum. So this stuff is a little bit more exciting to me. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you got. I'm more than happy to read your responses about Wisetoken versus HEX. To be honest, I like to hear people's opposing opinions toward me. I haven't really been convinced yet that HEX is better than Wise in any sense quite yet, but I'd love to hear your arguments, and it helps me to think a little bit more about what the future of Wisetoken is and what the future of HEX is as well. So I'm definitely welcoming some constructive criticism and just some nice feedback if you disagree with me. All right, guys, that's everything for today. Check out Wisetoken. Link's going to be below if you want to check it out. Also, another good resource is wiseinfo.io. This website, gives a lot of stats. I highly recommend you guys check this out as well. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty details about the thing and make your decision about when you want to buy all kinds of that stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.